Last day in Switzerland.
Last day in Switzerland. How you feeling?
I am rip-roaring and ready to shop.
As it turns out, souvenir shops are pretty weird no matter which country you're in. Switzerland, Mexico, Florida, they're all weird.
This trip to Switzerland is really unlike any of our past travels in that we have a very defined stay here. And while we try to live each day in Mexico for the past 6 years, full of adventures, we tend to take things for granted unintentionally. So here's the thing. For example, if we can go to the beach any day we want in Vallarta. So we never have the feeling of this is the last day at the beach. We tend to underappreciate it unintentionally. It's not that we're not grateful for it. It's not that we don't appreciate it. It's just that on any given Tuesday, we can go to the beach. But coming to Switzerland has really forced us to really stop and take things in and just become sponges because there is a defined end. So while we are kind of sad and it is bittersweet to be leaving Switzerland tomorrow, I do feel like we have appreciated this trip in a sort of a different mindset, a different framework than normal, and for that, we are super, super grateful. And with that, enjoying every little moment, not taking anything for granted, and really exploring and enjoying Switzerland to the fullest. Today we are souvenir shopping, and we've been to not one, not two, but this will be our third chocolate shop. We gotta take it all in, literally, on our last day.
This little bunny, it's like $5. We're gonna put that back.
We will not be getting those as souvenirs. Not this trip.
I'm officially putting on the bucket list. Let's take off fly first class. Or I'm putting this right next to flying first class, being able to afford a full-size chocolate bar from Lauderak. Wow, they are delicious. Well, we've never had these. The chocolate is delicious, but
let's just add it to the bucket list,
okay.
But just go ahead and say if one video gets 100,000 views, is that a good goal? We will buy one chocolate bar for ourselves and one to send to someone. That's big. That's big time.
Let's make it 250,000 and we got a deal.
We've had a lot of chocolate bars during our time in Switzerland. Perhaps, I don't know, upwards of 20 to 30 to perhaps, dare I say 50?
We have not had 50.
You don't think?
No.
Maybe 30.
20.
20. No more than 20. But this is the best kind we've found. So today we're buying a lot of these to give as gifts, souvenir gifts. We thought about little like magnets or little keychains, but nothing says I love you to our families and friends more than chocolate. Show me.
What have we learned in Switzerland? We've learned that you go to Migros for the chocolate, Co-op for the milk, and Aldi for the wine. I just saved you a lot of time with that tip.
Now, Greg is usually the one of us that has like deep, meaningful, philosophical thoughts. And he often asks me when he gets out of his own head and into my head, what is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of traveling? Why would we travel? What is the point of this? And not us, but just humanity in general. He's quite deep. It's interesting to think of that and sort of like a deeper meaning to our travels and travel in general, because the reality is, why do you need to travel halfway across the world when you can experience bucket list experiences or sort of break out of your comfort zone in your own neighborhood, in your own neck of the woods? And I think that's because you sort of live in a bubble, and not you, not us, but people in general. And whether that bubble is in Dallas or Vallarta or Mexico City or Bangkok or Zurich, Switzerland, you're used to your own bubble. And while we have expanded our bubble a little bit through the country of Mexico and seeing how people live their lives in different cities, big and small, and on the coast and inland, and what we eat and how we travel and the sounds and the languages. We've expanded that bubble a little bit. We still live in the bubble of Mexico for us specifically. And we sort of start to think that people around the world must live and travel and eat and speak and have fun and visit with family the way that we do. So I think for us, being able to come halfway across the world and see different ways of transportation and to hear different languages and to see families interact in a completely new way, to try new food, to see new climates, to climb new mountains, is truly eye-opening. And I think that is the purpose of traveling. And for us, more importantly than just Greg and I traveling, is to really share the different ways of life around the world.
Holy shiza. Mount Pilatus is, it must have known it was our last day because finally gave us a glimpse.
It's huge. We didn't know how big it was. It was always kind of like lurking behind the clouds. Yesterday, peeked out just a little bit. Wowza.
Wowza German like shiza is.
Yeah.
So with our new mission of pursuing all of our bucket list adventures, goals, and experiences, there's really no exact playbook. And what I mean by that is we don't have a set timeline in which we want to accomplish these things. I mean,
Right.
Before we die.
Yeah, that's a true bucket list.
That's the bucket, right? And well, like all of you, we don't know when that's going to happen. Point being, we are trying to find that balance of going con todo, doing things fast, being very active, doing a lot, but also not doing too much, leaving a little time just to take it slow and get to know the places that we're visiting.
I can't believe we've been in Switzerland for so long, yet it feels so fast. I feel like that's how good things happen. It's like it feels great when you're in the middle of it, and then today is already our last day. I can't believe so many of the fun things we've done. We've been on a run in Zurich. We took a first-class train, our very first class ticket purchased. We've eaten traditional Swiss fondue, more pretzel sandwiches than I would like to admit. We stayed in a traditional Swiss chalet. We hiked to waterfalls, and for sure, my favorite bucket list adventure in Switzerland was spontaneously sledding in the mountains near Grindelwald. I mean, that was... I always beg Greg to be spontaneous with me, and I can't love him any more than I did when he said, "Let's go sledding," spontaneously.
I think it should be noted that I had to beg you to do it.
That's true. That's true. He did have to beg me to do it. Our time in Switzerland is coming to an end, but the bucket list adventures are just getting started. We are headed to a brand new country, and we have at least 2 official bucket list adventures on the list. We are excited, we are energized, and ready to tackle those bucket list adventures. We're gonna use our bad chocolate to make hot chocolate. So this is one of our lesser favorite bars. It is a really cool packaging though. It's got Lucerne, the city on there, but sorry Lucerne, you're going in the hot chocolate mix. Also, I have no idea how to make chocolate, but the online interwebs tell me to mix chocolate bars with milk and like bring it to a boil. How much chocolate? We're gonna go 1.5 bars, right?
Smells delicious.
Thank you, thank you.
Cheers. First ever homemade hot chocolate.
Ooh, with Swiss milk and Swiss chocolate, this is a dream. Oh, that's. They have that like Swiss Miss chocolate and hot chocolate in the U.S. I think it comes in like a box, like a box with like packets of hot chocolate.
Got nothing on this.
Swiss Miss ain't got nothing on this Swiss Miss.